eStrategy Internet Marketing Blog at e-strategyblog.com. For today's marketing podcast, I want to talk about infographics. Infographics have been exploding over the past year or so. Interest in them has just intensified. I'm starting to see them all over the place, so they are definitely a new trend. So what are infographics? Infographics are graphics that contain information, as you might imagine. They contain complex information. They're presented in a very visually compelling manner with easy to grasp, at a glance, understandable at a glance type of format. So let's take a look at a few. Here's my eStrategy Posters blog. I've got all my infographics that I've tagged as infographics. So here is, for example, a infographic about StumbleUpon statistics. So it gives you a very nice, visually compelling format. It gives you some statistics, a bar graph, very easily understandable information, bite-sized pieces that are interesting and compelling to consume. The Facebook economy. This is a clever infographic. So it tells you the economics of the ecosystem of Facebook, and it presents it as if it were countries. So you have a map detailing the different aspects of Facebook. Very, very visually compelling, very clever display of information. And this stuff has a lot of pass along value. People tend to send it through their social networks on Facebook and Twitter and what have you. They tend to reblog it, like I am doing with my Posters blog, sharing these on their own blogs. And what it amounts to is a link building tactic by the organizations that are creating these graphics. So I will get to that in just a little bit, but you can see that these are all very visually compelling infographics that give you information in a very bite-sized pieces, very easily digestible. So those are all internet-related ones on my personal Posters blog. I've got more fun stuff. So the evolution of video games. And they give all the sources at the bottom. That's typical of a format for an infographic. 20 facts about pet ownership. Okay, so very compelling, very cute in this case. The stats on slacking. So they can be any collection of information, but presented in a very compelling manner. So those are infographics. Now, I said they were exploding over the past year or so. Let's take a look, and I'll show you how that is. I'm looking at Google Insights for search right now for the term infographics. You can see that from 2004, the search demand or the search volume for the phrase infographic has been relatively stable. Started out a little high in 2004, took a dip over the years, but then over 2009, 2010, interest in it in infographics has exploded in terms of the number of people searching for that phrase. This is worldwide. Okay, so if we look a little bit further down, you can see that there's a lot of interest in the Netherlands and Switzerland. India, United States is fourth on the list. So regionally, the United States is only now coming to the party. So let's look and narrow our search down to the United States and see what those stats look like. So there you go. That's more like it for the United States. Lower interest from 2009, but then it just takes off in 2010. So in the Oregon and New York, big shout out to Oregon and New York for regional interest in infographics. Who knew? So there's the stats on the demand for infographics. This is a site comparison of two infographic sites. One is onlineschools.org. The other one is informationisbeautiful.net. And in blue is Online Schools, in green is Information is Beautiful. And you can see that Information Beautiful starts out with more traffic, but in in January 2010, Online Schools probably starts doing infographics. I think they had an old site and they relaunched it with infographics, and then their traffic just takes off. Okay, so let me show you exactly how they do this. Here's an online schools site, onlineschools.org. It is a place for, as you would imagine, online schools. You can get all kinds of information about online schools there, but if you scroll further down, on the bottom half of the page, they have sections devoted to infographics. So they've got infographics on arts and culture. They've got infographics on life and health, on humor, on athletic science, technology, what have you. So let's take a look at 15 things about Star Trek. Okay, so there we go. 15 things about Star Trek infographic. It has all Star Trek related graphics. It has stats about it. It has images, and if you scroll down to the bottom, of course, you have all the sources once they got those images, where they got those images from. And then, of course, you have embed the image above on your site. So they are getting links back to onlineschools.org by offering this embed code for people to embed this graphic onto their own blogs. And so it's a link building strategy. It's very clever. Here's another network of sites actually that does a really good job of presenting infographics. They're doing strategically to get targeted traffic based on insurance. So you've got the Consumer Media Network is an umbrella site for all of these insurance-related sites. You have motorcycle insurance, travel insurance, personal loans, home owner's insurance, medical insurance, and so forth. Each one is a site devoted to that topic, but they don't dwell on the insurance aspect of insurance. They dwell on the things that you will need insurance for: flying, travel, worst vacation ever. So they have very clever, compelling stories with information that you either find interesting or need to know, and then they throw in a bunch of infographics with that information as well. So they're grabbing your attention. It's something that people will subscribe to, people will follow, and while they're following it, they're going to be getting information about travel. They're getting travel insurance. They're getting exposed to this brand, so they know where to go to for travel insurance when they need it. And they have a good feeling about it because they make you laugh every time they send new content your way. So another very clever strategy for attracting an audience, done with infographics. So there you go. It's infographics all the time now. I am seeing them everywhere. This has been a marketing podcast of the eStrategy Internet Marketing blog at e-strategyblog.com. My name is David Erickson. Come and visit the blog. And when you're here, remember to subscribe to the RSS newsfeed so you don't miss any content. And you can also follow me on Twitter at @DErickson.